all it comes down to is identifying and eliminating your pattern. Like, you haven't done that yet. That's why you keep relapsing. Like, that's what it is. Simple and short, you know? And when I say that, it's like when you wake up first thing, you know, boom, like you go, you brush your teeth, or you go, you shower, you go to the toilet, or whatever it is. Like, there's a routine in place, and you do that constantly, yeah? And there's a certain thing that triggers you to go there. It could be your alarm going off. You might press the snooze button. That's your routine, that's your pattern. The same way when it comes to like watching videos online and releasing, that you will have a routine in place, and you need to identify what that is. Once you identify what that is, it will become a lot easier. It could be you get bored, there's nothing to do, boom, it triggers the thought and then you go. It could be that you're on Instagram, it triggers the thought. After you're on Instagram, you decide to go online for something a little bit more, you know, and then it happens, you know. So you gotta identify what happens. And you know what? I'm gonna go further into how you can identify. And once you do identify, what you've got to do next, yeah? So let's get into it. What's going on? My name's Christopher Daniels, and I help people to overcome self-sabotage and live a purpose-driven life. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can stop relapsing. You get what I'm saying to you? Literally, if you're new here, first and foremost, I just want to say welcome to you. And if you're back here, I want to say welcome back. You know, the Don't Stress, Don't Panic family, we are active. You know how it goes already, yeah? So literally, yeah, when it comes to stopping, you know, you've been doing it for a while, you're trying to break that pattern, and you keep relapsing. What happens? Where do you go from here? And one thing you got to identify is that you've been doing it for a long time, for a while. So it's something that's like, it's almost become second nature to find a way how to do it. And the subconscious can just have like multiple routes to get to that end result, and the end result is releasing, of course. So for example, like it's like a sat nav. Like, you want to go to a certain destination, this road's blocked off, the sat nav will take you another way, you know, it'll take you a different way. It won't go through the block. The same way, if your mind saying, ah, cool, you would have released because you would have hit of dopamine, and you block off this one, it's gonna create another path for you to be able to get to that place. But once you identify all of these things here, like, you go into the same route, it's going to be easier for you to stop and then say, ah, you know what, I'm just going to cut it off. I'm going to cut the engine off the car so the car doesn't move. But if the car don't move, you're not going to get to that destination. So that's essentially what we want to do. Yeah, what I'm saying to you. Simple. So how do you do that? How do you, first and foremost, identify where it is that's causing you to go on this cycle, to go on this journey towards releasing, you know? And like, there's so many points, you know. For you, it's personal. For me, I'll explain for my one so it can help you to understand for you as well. So for me, a lot of the time where it was is emptiness. Like, if there's a space, if there's a gap, if there's some time, it would have been there. You feel what I'm saying? You would just in time. If I'm bored, it could be there. If I'm sleeping, I'm on my phone, I feel like there's a gap that I've got nothing to do, it could just be there. You know what I'm saying to you? And my one was basically, a big one for me was the Instagram one, like I mentioned before. Going on Instagram, just scrolling through, and then I'm on Instagram. Then I go to watch someone's page, you know what I'm saying to you? Then I was like, nah, this is not, you know what I'm saying to you? Instagram, you can only go so far, you feel. So I just switch it, go online, and then something different, you know what I'm saying to you? So what I had to do is, as soon as I realized I'm going on to Instagram, like for that, I had to cut it off at that point, because I know that once I get onto the website, it's too late. You feel what I'm saying to you? It's way too late. You know what I'm saying? So for you, it's like identifying like, where is it that you need to cut yourself off? Is it from the thought? Is it from like, once you think about it, what can you do at that point? And for me, again, I just put this in place. So what I used to do, instead of like even going onto Instagram and doing that cycle, if I felt that it was coming, I would just draw or something. I'll do that colouring in. I had some colouring in books that I had at that time when I was, you know, transitioning into like seed retention. So I had some colouring books. If I felt it was coming, I would just colour in. I'll just start colouring in, you know what I'm saying? You listen to music, colouring, and then I'm active, you know? When I felt sleepy, then I'll just have a smooth transition. I'll turn off my phone on flight mode. I don't even touch it until I wake up. And then that helped me. Like, so for you, it's like, it's finding out what is it what's that point? When is that gap where the thought comes into your mind to, you know what I'm saying, to you to gauge? It might not even be just like watching videos. It might be contacting with someone else, you know what I'm saying to you. And is that like, either way, when is that point? You got to find that. Once you identify that, you got to put something in that space that you're doing instead of that. So for me now, for example, like I haven't done it for like getting up to like 7 months, maybe. I think 7 months. So what do I do in those gaps? Yeah, what do I do in those gaps? And for me personally, it doesn't seem like I need to do it anymore. So my typically for me, what I could do in those gaps, I could listen to music, I could just chill, I could even just let it down, and the thoughts won't come to my mind anymore. Why? Because I haven't been doing it for a long time. But once you have once you constantly relapse, and you gotta understand there that you're doing it because you've got a certain pattern in place. And once you break the pattern, and I'm telling you this now, once you break the pattern and you can go on the street for let's say like 2 months or whatever it may be, or even like a month or 2 weeks, you're gonna understand that like you're breaking the pattern. Once you do that 2 weeks once, yeah, then like you've got something figured out. Even if you relapse again after the 2 weeks and then you go back into it, I'm telling you, you're onto something. So keep going with it. I'm telling you, keep going with it. Always keep going with it. I'm telling you, because for me, like it's been multiple times that I've done 2 weeks, relapse, 3 weeks, relapse, you know, relapse. That and that's part of that the process to get into where you want to get to. But you gotta recognize, like, figure out your pattern, and then I'm showing you that you'll finally get where you're trying to get to, and that's for you to just be able to control if you do it, when you do it. You know, for me, I don't go back to there because I know that it doesn't do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even watching those things is not good, so psychologically. So I'm off. You get what I'm saying to you? I'm off. Like, so that's me on my journey, and you on your journey. I just say, yeah, find out your pattern, and once you do that, that's the key word today, pattern. Yeah, don't stress, don't panic. Once again, just figure out your pattern, and everything will be blessed. Yeah. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you do subscribe. You found it useful, smash the like button and hit that notification bell. Other than that, I will be seeing you very shortly. Yeah. Blessings.